Ils ont entamé un stage hier vendredi au stade militaire de Yaoundé. C'était en présence de nos reporters Élisée Bogbe et Cyril. Reportage.
Comme de véritables lions, ils font leur entrée au stade militaire de Yaoundé. 30 au total, évoluant tous sur le terroir, ils ont été convoqués par le sélectionneur national David Pagou. Ils frappent tous aux portes des lions indomptables.
C'est un plaisir, un honneur d'être convoqué pour ma première sélection. C'est vraiment un plaisir, je suis vraiment content. J'ai été bien accueilli par le groupe, par le staff, par l'administration. J'ai été bien accueilli. On va se donner les moyens pour avoir une place avec nos grands frères qui vont venir pour la compétition.
Parmi les 30, Jules Amankor fait office de vétéran ou d'expérimenté. Meilleur buteur du championnat la saison dernière, il a tenté une aventure internationale avant d'effectuer un retour au Bercail. L'attaquant de Dynamo de Douala n'a pas perdu tout espoir d'intégrer la sélection nationale.
De cette cuvée-là, je suis un des plus expérimentés. C'est naturel, je pense que je suis dans le championnat même déjà, je joue le championnat depuis pratiquement 7 ans. Le coach nous a surtout dit que nous sommes les lions indomptables. Il faut qu'on soit discipliné, qu'on donne le meilleur de nous-mêmes et que ça peut aller très vite dans le football.
Pour ce premier acte, au stade militaire de Yaoundé, les joueurs sont soumis à de petits réglages avant le début de la séance proprement dite. Ce stage de 4 jours s'achève le 10 mars prochain par 2 matchs amicaux contre Canon et Fauve Azur Elite de Yaoundé.
Le sport qui met donc fin à la première partie de ce 12h. La seconde en langue anglaise avec vous, Innocent Azé. Good afternoon once more.
Good afternoon once more, Pascal. Thank you to you, dear viewers. Good afternoon. Thanks for staying with us for the second segment of this newscast. Barrister Charlotte Chakunte denounces the alarming impunity surrounding femicides in the Republic of Cameroon, where 212 women have died within 3 years. She calls for urgent reforms to break this vicious cycle of violence. Immaculate Fogwe spoke to her and compiled this report.
Cameroon is grappling with an alarming rise in femicide, with at least 212 women killed in the past 3 years. Human rights defenders attribute this trend to widespread impunity, questioning the effectiveness of the justice system in protecting women.
Les sanctions existent depuis toujours, notamment.
According to Barrister Chakute, penalties exist, notably Article 144 and 278 of the Penal Code. She notes that they are not proportionate to the gravity of the crimes. Charges often hinge on the perpetrator's intent, leaving room for leniency. According to her, it's a matter of interpretation. Barrister Chakunte further decries corruption, weak penalties and resulting impunity, which create a favorable environment for offenders. It's a system where corruption and impunity reigns, and it's become a vicious cycle. I would like to denounce a judicial system with inadequate responses to the gravity of these crimes. While the fight for justice continues for many women killed, the sad reality looms. Who will be the next victim?
Tomorrow will be the International Women's Day, and women in the Republic of Cameroon will be joining their peers across the globe to commemorate the 2026 edition. In the meantime, civil society actors are reflecting on the chosen theme of the Women's Day celebration, that is rights, justice, action for all women and girls. For legal experts like Clement Mafetgo, this theme is a call to action to dismantle the structural barriers that prevent women and girls from accessing equitable rights. Details with Cedric Chakoso.
31st edition of the International Women's Day approaches. Civil society actors and legal minds raise concern on the theme chosen for this year 2026. To Barrister Clémence Mafetgo,
la vulnérabilité des femmes au point où aujourd'hui on assiste à un nombre croissant de féminicides.
The International Women's Day, under the theme Rights, Justice, Action for All Women and Girls, launches a call to action to dismantle structural barriers to fair justice, just as discriminatory laws indicate legal protections and harmful social practices and norms that erode the rights of women and girls.
Nous avons des crises politiques dans les différentes parties du Cameroun qui font en sorte que les femmes soient de plus en plus vulnérables.
She adds that right now, in 2026, women enjoy only 64% of the legal rights that men enjoy globally.
Pour qu'il y ait une effectivité de respect des droits des filles et des femmes au Cameroun, il faudrait qu'il y ait à tous les niveaux une action.
Barrister Clement Mafetgo argues that women and girls continue to face persistent obstacles, even resistance, that hinder their access to fair justice in the country.
Des cellules d'écoute, par exemple, une ligne verte peut être mise sur place qui peut être utilisée en cas de violence basée sur le genre.
Talking about action, the Legal Mind says action is a powerful call for all stakeholders, whether governmental, private, or from civil society.
Le mot action qui est intégré dans la thématique de la GIF 2026 est relative aux actions, si je peux me permettre la tautologie, de ce qu'il y a lieu de faire pour que les droits des femmes soient respectés.
To her, it is about working collectively to ensure that the law translates into tangible benefits and everyday realities for women and girls.
Que ce soit ses parents adoptifs ou ses parents biologiques ou juridiques, les parents doivent veiller à l'éducation des enfants. Et puisque nous parlons de la GIF et plus particulièrement de la jeune fille,
The International Women's Day 2026 in Cameroon is therefore intended as a platform for mobilization to build a future where right, justice and action converge to ensure that all women and all girls can prosper.
Households in the city of Douala are taking advantage of a sudden drop in food prices on the local markets, while plantains, tomatoes, as well as onions sell at giveaway prices due to the fact that this is the harvest season. The households are taking the advantage to stock their homes with these food items. This is contrary on the side of traders who say they are experiencing drastic effects, mostly resulting to spoilage and the inability for them to generate enough income. Let's have details in this report. For some time now, food items have witnessed a drop in the prices on the local markets, providing households the opportunity to purchase in bulk. Plantains, tomatoes, garlics and onions are available in great quantities at giveaway prices in some markets, we thought, in the economic capital city Douala. Plantain and tomatoes are witnessing their peak period, reason why they are found in gogo in markets.
C'est l'abondance, on ne peut rien faire. C'est la période du plantain qui est là maintenant. Il y a 1000 francs, 1500, 2000, 2500.
Il y a les clients, mais il y a l'abondance. Le plantain.
Supply, he says, is more than demand, actually.
Ça fait que il y a plus de la marchandise que les acheteurs.
Le panier de tomates, c'est 2000. 1500. Quand c'est trop cher, c'est 3000.
As concerns onions brought in from northern Cameroon, it is sold cheap because it is Ramadan and the business is slow there.
Maintenant là, c'est le Ramadan, il n'y a pas le marché, c'est pour cela qu'on vend ça moins cher.
On vendait à 75 000, 80 000.
When it is not the season, we sell a bag between 75 and 80,000 francs. But since this is the harvest season, we sell at 28 to 35,000 francs based on the quality.
32 000, voire même 35 000, 30 000, 28 000. Donc la meilleure qualité quand même c'est 35 000 qu'on vend.
It is also understood that prices of these abundant perishable foodstuffs are very low to avoid decay, with the sellers incurring huge losses.
Quand il y a resté, on fait tout et pour tout pour liquider. Le plantain qu'on pouvait vendre à 3 000, quand ça mûrit, on est obligé de lancer même à 1500.
Comme par exemple ce qui est là-bas derrière, là on est encore liquidé. Ça n'a pas de prix, il y a 1000 francs 500.
While it is anticipated a bag of onions will even drop to 18,000 francs in April, that is not the case with plantains, whose price will rise due to scarcity.
À partir du mois d'avril, fin avril, début mai, il y en aura plus. Ça serait difficile de trouver le plantain. Donc c'est la production. Le plus petit régime va coûter au minimum 2000 francs.
Sellers of plantains and tomatoes in particular lament that they are unable to generate income again, as households prefer to buy now from suppliers in bulk and stock in their homes.
Nous on paye aussi, on vient. Les femmes de la maison pas aussi payer pour aller mettre à la maison. Nous on va encore vendre à qui?
If these sellers wish for one thing, it is for the peak season to be over, for scarcity to set in, so that the prices would rise on the local market. 30 players playing in local clubs, notably of the Elite One Football Championship, have been caught up by the coach of the Indomitable Lions, David Pago. They have begun training at the military stadium in Yaoundé. And also, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has postponed the start date of the Africa Women's Championship. We have details of these stories with Simanji Kangeba.
Starting this Friday, the trainer of the senior men's national team, Pagu David, will begin the search of new blood into the Indomitable Lions den. It is for this reason that 30 home-based players will begin a 5-day camp in Yaoundé. The players that dominate the list of Pagu David are those from Gazelle FA of Garoua, Dynamo of Douala, and PWG of Bamenda, amongst others. The camp will be an opportunity for home-based players to impress the technical bench. The absence of certain high-profile domestic players will certainly fuel some discussions within the camp. Pagu David will use the camp to assess the depth, build a cohesion, and get players who are capable when called up. The 5-day camp is expected to center on tactical organization, physical conditioning, and internal assessment of matches as the Indomitable Lions continue to rebuild. This camp will also be an occasion for the coach to prepare for the FIFA series this month against Australia and China on March 27 and 31st. Respectively. The Confederation of African Football, in a statement released on Thursday, said it was rescheduling the tournament to July due to unforeseen circumstances. The tournament, which this year doubles up as a qualifier for the 2027 Women's FIFA World Cup in Brazil, was scheduled to be held from 17 March to 3rd April. Morocco was set to stage a third successive edition of the finals, but reports of a potential hosting change had created anxiety amongst players and fans in recent weeks. Speculation about the country's willingness to host the tournament increased after the poor scenes that played out in the 2025 men's AFCON final, which Morocco lost 1-0 to Senegal in a dramatic match at the Moulay Abdallah Sports Complex in Rabat. CAF said the decision to postpone the tournament was taken to ensure the success of this important women's competition. The tournament will now be held from 25 July to 16 August this year. AFCON is the second continental tournament to be moved at short notice in the past 14 months. CAF postponed the 2024 African Nations Championship just 18 days before it was due to start in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda on February 1, 2025.
You can get Wednesday's edition of the Midday Palingua newscast on Equinoxe Television. Thanks so much for watching those stay put programs on Equinoxe Television. Pigeon News debate is coming up next with Ambassador. Thank you. Pascal, thank you. Have a nice weekend.
Très bon week-end à vous, Innocent Azé. Mesdames, Messieurs, merci d'avoir suivi ce 12 heures bilingue. Merci surtout de rester fidèles à Équinoxe Télévision. Très bon week-end à tous.